What is up, everybody? Josh here again, and today we have a new Icarus video for you. Today we're going to be teaching you how to rename prospects using programs. That way you can have multiple prospects, for example, for the great hunts and stuff like that. Let's get into it, shall we? You may be watching this video and you may be asking yourself, why do I need multiple copies of a prospect? So for example, if you are doing the great hunts and you wanted to do multiple parts of the great hunts to do all the missions, instead of having to do a brand new prospect every single time, you can rename the prospect up to the very first mission where it splits, make a copy of it, and then go ahead and put it back into your prospects, which is exactly what we've done here on our dedicated server. We've done one for the top row of missions, the middle row, and the bottom row for sticks. You can also have multiple copies of your prospects. So if you want to actually have multiple copies of your prospects, but different buffs for that prospect or something like that. For example, if you do the great hunts, that great hunts is really one of the main reasons why you probably would do this. You can have different copies of it and have different buffs in your open worlds. So to do this, you're going to need a program, and I'm going to give you the link to the program. You can either download this or not. It's up to you completely, but this program I have used and have no issues whatsoever using. And I'm going to go ahead and show you the link on the screen right now. That'll also be pinned down in the description down below, and I'll also put it in the top pinned comment down below in the comments, so you can click on it and download this program. And it's called Edit Icarus Prospect from Crystal Ferrari. Or Feria, I don't know. But you can go to GitHub and actually get the Edit Icarus Prospect program, and then we're going to show you what to do with that. So you just click on this right here and download the most current version of it and just save it to your desktop. Once you have it on your desktop, you are not going to extract this file. What you are going to do is right click it and open it, and then go into the Edit Icarus Prospect folder here, and you're going to see that all these items here are listed. You want to make sure that there is an exe file in here. If you don't have an exe file, which is this one right here, make sure you re-download it and don't extract it from the zip file. And once you make sure you have that exe file, go back up to right here, the Edit Icarus Prospect. You can go ahead and copy this out of the zip folder and then paste it onto your desktop like so. Now you're going to want to take this folder right here, and you're going to want to put it into your main computer's directory. You want to make sure it's on the same directory as your Windows is installed. Right here, they'll see the little Windows icon here. Our local C drive, usually it is C drive, it may be something different for you. But you want to go there. You want to also go down to users, and then whatever your username for your desktop is, that's going to vary. And then you want to go ahead and paste this folder into this directory here. Once you have that pasted into that directory, go ahead and open it up, and then go ahead and go and navigate to your prospect folder, and I'll show you how to get there as well. If you're using the cloud, you're going to go underneath where your games and stuff is saved to. Usually it's your C drive. It could be something different for you as well. You want to go into users, the name for yours, and then you want to look for a folder called app data. If app data is not here, then what you have to do is you have to unhide hidden folders. And the way you do that is you go to view here and then go down to show and hidden folders. This is on Windows 11. It's a little different on Windows 10 and earlier, but everything we're doing is on Windows 11. Go into app data, local, find Icarus. You might have to scroll down a little bit if you got a lot of games like I do. Saved, player data. Then you're going to see a list of numbers here. This is going to be your Steam ID. Go to prospects, and you're going to find all the prospects that you have here that you have played. Now, there's a bunch of different folders here, but what you're looking for is the one JSON that you actually want to edit. For example, if I wanted to edit my Update Central here, which is called updatecentral.json. There's multiple different Update Central backups here. We're not going to mess with any of those. What we're going to do is right click and copy this, and we're going to put it into the Edit Icarus folder that we just put in our main directory. The program says you can modify like where you edit from. This is the one surefire way I've got this to actually work before in the past. And we're going to paste this into the Edit Icarus directory, which is, underneath our users, our name, and then Edit Icarus Prospect. And then we have Update Central right here. So there is a README in this file right here. Before we go any further, there is something else you have to have installed for this to run. Sometimes you may not have this installed already. So under this README that you see under Edit Icarus Prospect, you're going to go ahead and click on that. And then you're going to notice that you're going to need the .NET Runtime 8.0 times 64 installed. And it gives you a link to that as well. Make sure you have that downloaded before you even start running the command prompt, because if you don't, you won't actually be able to do this. I wasn't able to do it because it wasn't working. I didn't have it installed, so I had to download it. If your version is 1.3 or earlier, you're going to need at least 7.0, and it gives a link to that as well. So just keep in mind that README does have links to all this stuff. And it also has links to all kinds of other different things that you can do in this editor. Like, for example, you can edit privacy, you can edit the difficulty, hardcore, on and off. It's really, there's a lot of different options you can do. We're just going to focus on renaming the prospect and making a copy of it on this video, but you can see there's a bunch of different options here that you can type. We'll be typing /n to rename for value. So now all you got to do is bring up a command prompt, and the easiest way to do that, I think, is to hit the Windows key and just type in COM for command prompt. Command prompt should pop up, and we're going to go ahead and change the directory to Edit Icarus Prospect. The way you do that is type in CD, C as in cat, D as in dog, and then we're going to type in Edit Icarus Prospect, like so, and then hit enter. And if you did it successfully, you'll see Edit Icarus Prospect now after this / after your computer's username. And then now what we're going to do is we're going to type in the exact same thing, which is Edit Icarus Prospect. Then we're going to put a space, and then we're going to use our command, which is /n or -n. And then what we're going to do is another space and put a quotation mark. And then what we're going to do is put in the name of the prospect. So this is what we're wanting to rename the prospect to. And so we're going to rename this to Update Central New. And then put a quotation mark at the very end of it. When we're done, then hit space. Then we're going to put another quotation mark like so. And then what we're going to do is we're going to copy the name of the current file, including the .json at the end of it. And what you're going to do is go back to that folder. Say, for example, this is the Update Central LNS right here. We are going to either right-click it and rename, and then copy this whole thing right here, or you could just do a slow double left-click, like so. And then you could copy. We're going to copy it, including the .json. So you want to make sure you have file extensions enabled. If not, just put .json at the end of it. And then we're going to go back to the command prompt here. And we're going to just hit Control and V to paste that, and then put a quotation mark at the very end of it. So if you have done it successfully, you'll be in the directory of Edit Icarus Prospect. You'll type in Edit Icarus Prospect one more time, a space, -n, space, quotation mark, the name that you want to name it, whatever that name is going to be, and then put a quotation at the end of that, and then a space, quotation, and then the name of the original file, which is what we just copied and pasted, with a quotation at the end of it. If you do this correctly and you have it looking similar to this, then all you have to do is hit enter. You're going to see loading prospect, and it's going to load up that prospect and rename it for you. It may take just a few seconds to do so, but you're going to see this as name change from Update Central LNS to Update Central New, and it saved the prospect. Now you can go ahead and go back to the folder where Edit Icarus Prospect is installed in, and you will see that one prospect is now named Update Central New.json, where you are going to right click that, copy it, and we're going to put it back into our directory of prospects, which we showed you earlier how to get there, where you actually pulled this file from. That was the one that was under app data, local, Icarus, saved, player data, your Steam ID, and then prospects. And what we're going to do is we're just going to paste it into this folder. And that's it. Now all we have to do is start up Icarus. Go ahead and select your character, and then of course go to load. That's where you load up your prospects. And you're going to notice that we have an Update Central LNS right here and an Update Central New. And these are identical prospects that can now be used individually. So we'll say if we wanted to go and do something different on this one and then keep this one as an original and not modify it, we could do that, or we could just modify this one. It doesn't matter really what you do, but when we load into this prospect, we're going to resume the prospect. And when you load in, I had to load into a different character because I was in the null sector on this one, but when you load in, you should be able to play it just fine the way it was. The only thing I would mention is that there are sometimes a disconnect on your workshop gear. So for example, if you were to try to bring down workshop gear or request equipment or something that from the workshop, let's just bring down, I don't know, like a canteen or something like that. Sometimes it won't bring it down. And what you have to do is you have to upload your character and then download again. So basically put all your stuff in a box. See, look, it didn't actually bring it down because there is a disconnect in the workshop. So what we're going to have to do with this character is we're going to have to go ahead and strip naked, upload to the surface, and then reload up the prospect. And this is only on the new prospect, by the way. You don't have to do this on the old prospect, but the new copy of the prospect, you do absolutely have to upload to use the workshop. And it kind of sucks, but we're going to go ahead and sleep and upload and show you that. So we've thrown all of our crap into a box here, and now we're going to go ahead and upload. We're completely naked. We're just going to go ahead and head to our dropship and upload from our open world here. And don't worry if you feel a little anxious about uploading on an open world. If you upload in an open world, you can always come back to the open world. Don't worry about that. You don't lose the open world if you upload. Here's our dropship. We're going to go ahead and upload and go back to planet, and then we're going to return back with our envirosuit. Just select your character and then load that prospect again. And you can bring down anything else really you want to bring down as well, but we're just going to make sure we bring down an envirosuit. We got all our gear on planet side. Once you have at least your envirosuit, just go ahead and confirm load out and drop back down again. And once you get back to your base, you should now be able to go ahead and drop down things from the workshop after you've uploaded and drop back down again. And now we could drop stuff down and upload it as well. You could go ahead and deliver stuff to your workshop. And that is the long and short of it. That's how you copy a prospect and make a whole new, brand new prospect that you can modify differently from the previous prospect. Keep in mind, if you don't like doing so, this also dupes literally everything on that prospect. So if you have mounts and stuff like that, every single one of your mounts are now duplicated. You can now upload multiple versions of your mounts for you to actually have copies of your mounts. So for example, if we uploaded a roach here, we can have 2 roaches. We can go back to our other prospect and upload that roach, and we'd have 2 roaches in our workshop. So, and it also duplicates gear, it duplicates items, it duplicates everything. So it's basically an exact copy of the previous prospect. Do with that knowledge what you will. And that's going to be it for this video. Don't forget, if you like what you see, to like, comment, subscribe, and all that good stuff. Let me know what you'd like to see next, and hopefully we'll see you next time. Peace.